it's so nice to see you. So I'm here at SDVI with Rose Sponder, and we're excited to be here and talking to you and hearing what SDVI is up to. Can you walk us through a little bit about first of all, your product?
Sure. Sure. So our product is the Rally Cloud Native Media Supply Chain Platform, and what that means is that Rally is a product that is able to spin up and down all the resources and infrastructure you need to operate a really efficient media supply chain that can take advantage of infrastructure to support new opportunities as they come up. And so the cloud native bit, what that really allows is technical agility, but it also supports some operational efficiencies and business intelligence. So we're showing Rally this year at 2327 in the busy West Hall.
I love that you got the booth number in.
I did, and I got it right.
That's always so tricky, right? Where you're like, okay, which hall am I in this? Now, were you in this hall last year?
We were, and it was much thinner last year. It's so great to see that the show is back to a healthy attendance and a healthy exhibition. It's really nice to be back.
Yeah, I think that's so true, right? Is that I think last year people started coming, and then this year we're starting to see a lot more people attend, which is so great. Yeah. So I love that. Yeah. So I also have to say that I think that you are Devoncroft famous, right? So yesterday, I thought this was so cool, is that during Devoncroft, they actually showed this, was it an Instagram or LinkedIn post? It was a
LinkedIn post from last IBC just talking about how light our equipment case is when you move to the cloud. And so, yeah, that was a surprise that Josh Steinhauer worked that in, and that was really fun. But it does underscore what we were talking about at the show this year a lot, which is the fact that cloud offers a lot of efficiency, a lot of scalability. And one of the things that we're talking about this year is a collection of Rally feature updates that are focused on studios and studio delivery. So that's support for formats like H.264, IMF, 4K. We also are doing some things that were talked about yesterday with Devoncroft focusing on our security posture. So we're part of the TPN network. We're SOC 2 compliant. So we're talking about all those topics today as well.
That's amazing. And I think, security is so top of mind for everybody, right? I mean, we deal with so much content, and so just putting that extra added layer of security is so important.
Yeah, there's maturity on the topic of security, and it was great to see, it was Britton Miller yesterday of Discovery talking about how important SOC 2 is to him, and I think a lot of folks are still kind of getting their head around these new certifications, different ways that we can ensure that their supply chains are secure even when they are in the cloud, and even especially when they're in the cloud.
Right. No, I think that's such a great point, is that if you aren't on-prem, you want to make sure that everything up there is absolutely secure. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, that's so great. And so what are you looking forward to seeing here at the show?
I was very excited just to see, again, the full attendance being back. As a marketing person, as someone who's been to many, many NABs, it's fun to see it healthy and vibrant again. I think from a technology standpoint, again, one of the things we heard a lot yesterday at Devoncroft was people talking about smart, mature use of automation and AI. And that's something that we utilize a lot with Rally as well. So helping organizations really streamline the work that doesn't require human attention and focus their operators on getting more creative work done. So
what are you doing on AI with SDVI then?
So with particularly with our Access product, which we have operators that are working in Access in an Adobe Premiere environment to address compliance issues, to address versioning issues. So if there's content that maybe has bad language or violence, things that aren't appropriate for other markets, it helps point the operators to those, so then they can use their creativity to address those problems and make the edits that they need to make that content compliant.
I love that. Okay, so I used to work in the localization business. Okay. And so one of the things that we were always doing were cutting different versions.
Absolutely.
Right? So you have that theatrical, you have that airline version, you have every single different country. And so, it's really interesting. People don't think about that.
And as we proliferate to not only different regions, but to different channels, different different distribution endpoints, that work has just grown exponentially for companies. So the fact that we can jump in and help them manage that and get more content out, that's what makes it really exciting for us.
Yeah. I mean, I think even just the different formats, right? So we're not even just talking about like the different versions, but we're also talking about the different formats, like where you're viewing it. You know, it makes such a big difference.
Yeah, and one of the things about Rally that we're really proud of is that we have a really broad ecosystem of application services. So whatever the formats or requirement, there are a number of tools at your disposal that will allow you to bring the right tools, the best-in-class tools that are available to your supply chain. And scale them up as you need them.
Well, that's important. I mean, like the scalability is such a big issue too. Right.
Absolutely. And the agility to scale up and down as opportunities present themselves. I think we heard people talking yesterday some really interesting statistics about projects that used to take 9 months to spin up a new channel. They can now do in days, hours. It's really amazing.
No, that's such a great point, though, right? And so it's interesting. I was just talking to Jane over at Synodac, Jane Sung, and she was talking about how, you know, the thing that she is really excited about is how AI is enabling more creativity.
Absolutely. It's taking the work that humans don't need to do and utilizing the machines to help us focus the humans where they really are needed.
And then it just kind of frees you up, right? So now you actually get to be that artist. You get to be that creator. And, you know, you still need those people in technology. You still need those technologists to figure out all of the engineering components. But you actually are able to really let people play to their exact strengths, too, which is kind of fun. And
absolutely. So, it's great to be a part of.
Yeah, it's so fun. So is there anything here at the show or in your world that you wanted to plug? Because now is your time.
I appreciate you asking because there are things. Well, first of all, I wanted to give a shout out to NAB for having a sustainability award this year. That's really important to SDVI. The fact that there's technology that allows us to be cleaner as vendors and offer people sustainable solutions to our technology problems. I'm just pleased NAB is recognizing it, the work of Barbara Lang to put together this sustainability award. I was really excited to see that. And then I'm excited to check out all of the Women in Tech events. There are so many this year, and I feel like we're getting to a level of maturity with that. It's networking events, it's panels, and we've gotten to a point now where we have done enough to progress women in tech that we are stopping this year. I know a lot of the topics have to do with stepping back and saying, how are we doing? What can we do better? What's working? What's not? Because things are working, but we're at a point where we can kind of stop and assess, and that's really a good place to be.
No, that's so true. So with the sustainability thing, I think you know, that's such a great point that you bring up, because that has been top of mind for people for a couple of years. And so I love the fact that they're doing an award on that, because it's so important, and I love that it's important to SDVI.
And again, it's utilizing the tools that are available to us. I mean, one of the things we see a lot in the industry is people talking about future promises of being net zero. Someday in the future we'll be net zero. With the cloud, it actually, we've nominated our own VP of Product, Chris Brayler, for Sustainability Award. And Chris has really taken a lead to say, it's doable now. So our Rally product is actually net zero. Anything you operate on Rally, including the tools from the application services market, are all net zero. We offset.
Wow. That's pretty incredible.
I do want to plug one thing that Chris says that I love, which is we are actually always trying to make Rally more efficient, because you don't have to offset what you don't use. So if Rally is more resource conservative, then it just means less waste that we have to offset.
No, that's so great. That's so great. Well, Rose, it was such a pleasure speaking with you, and thank you so much. I love everything that you're doing here, and it was lovely to get to know you.
I appreciate it.